End of the day, when you come home late at night to an empty house, or maybe even your dog, it's lonely.
And this is because many of the men are wanting someone younger.
I attract a lot of older men because I don't act like these. I don't act like these girls out here nowadays.
Had it on the show to see.
I get that you're old school and I get that your mom raised you to only interact with gentlemen. But most of the men who do all of the stuff that you're wanting are dead. 53, 55, 57, 59, 60 have been the most challenging for me to coach because the standards are unrealistically high.
They don't want to be in a relationship with you. They just put you guys in situationships. Pump you up with a baby, and there you go, another single mom. You guys are disgusting. Of women. You guys are disgusting. And that's for real. Now, I'm not talking about all women, okay? Let me say that. But a very big majority of you all are such low level, are such low class, classless, disgusting, embarrassing. You guys are disgusting. And then you get mad when people are not clapping for the ignorance. You guys are shameful. And because of your disgusting low-class behavior, black women are at the bottom. People look at us as a science project. They don't understand us at all. The mindset, the way we carry ourselves, the things that we celebrate. It's so bad that men do not even want to commit to you guys.
Wow.
They don't want to be in a relationship with you. They just put you guys in situationships. Pump you up with a baby, and there you go, another single mama. And then you guys want to celebrate that like that is something so big and something so, we're supposed to admire that. There is nothing admirable about that, okay? You guys are a reflection of bad parenting, a reflection of no parents, a reflection of fatherless behavior. That's what you guys look like, okay? Well, that's what you guys are. Put it like that, all right? And then again, you want to get upset when people are not clapping for the ignorance. You want to call it judging. You want to call it, yeah, it is judging, okay? And if you was back in our day, yeah, you would be judged until your behind wouldn't even want to come out the door, okay? Yeah, what you guys have decided to celebrate is horrific. People in other communities just look at us, all right? Because what you guys have decided to clap for is the most low-level behavior imaginable. People in other communities, they have husbands. They have families. They don't go around getting pregnant by men. And the type of men y'all be getting pregnant from. Nasty-looking men, rugged-looking men. Men who don't even look like they take baths. And y'all ignorant self be up there, yes, girl, do it, do it. Do you know
Yes,
how
Queen.
dumb
Yes,
you
Queen.
sound? Do you know how dumb you look?
Yes,
But I
Queen.
guess I'd be dumb too if I ain't have no parents. I guess
Man.
I'd be a dummy too if I had parents who didn't care about me. Yeah, I guess that's how it look when you haven't been raised by nobody.
I want to talk about this because she just hits on one point. She hit on a point of, younger black woman choosing Pookies, but this is deeper than that. Because I'll tell you something, whether young, black, or white, they learned it from someone. They learned it from the old sugar boogers out there, right? That was taking booger sugar in the 70s and 80s through free love, right? When it all started. Like, I told my wife today, I think she knew it before, but I showed her, like, they recently made a documentary about the manosphere, right? And they put it on Netflix. And they made a documentary and they showed Sneeko and a bunch of other younger guys. I'm like, man, this thing been happening since the 80s. And who did it start with? Comedians. Yeah. It's that deep. It started with comedians, and this thing started in barbershops. Remember Eddie Murphy Raw? When he said, un foo-foo? And he said he got her from the bush and brought her to America, and then she was corrupted by American women. He was talking about being a passport, bro. In the 80s. He been knew this is the way. Dave Chappelle went over to the Philippines, got a Filipina, right? But he said he brought her back and she was corrupted by what? American woman. And then what she say? Half. Right?
Give me half, Eddie. Give me half.
Half. This has been a long-standing thing. But, everyone ignores it. People don't pay attention because they laugh and ha, 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 because they make you laugh. You're not paying attention, right? But let me tell you, this started from this.
50 years old who have been reaching out to me for wife coaching tips. I'm no longer taking them. Don't pay the money through my website because I'm just going to refund it to you. I've had a couple of experiences this week, and here's why. Most of you, not all, but 99% of the women who are 53 and older, specifically 53, 55, 57, 59, 61, 64, in those age brackets, have been the most challenging for me to coach because the standards are unrealistically high. I get that you're old school and I get that your mom raised you to only interact with gentlemen, but most of the men who do all of the stuff that you're wanting are dead.
Real talk alert.
Or they're not looking for 55 or 57-year-old women. There are some younger men who do that. And you don't want an old man because he can't perform in bed. Well, the younger men don't want an older woman because some of you have arthritis. Some of you have missing teeth. You have gray hair. You have grandkids. Like, you got to be.
Well, the younger guys want to play, right? That's what the younger guys are trying to use them for. And some of them are okay with it. Older ladies got a chance. They got a chance. They can still get some peen. They can get some clean peen on a weekend, right? And they're fine with that. That's all they have left, and they fine with it. But continue, sorry.
Realistic and balanced in your thinking. So listen, the other thing is these social media dating sites or whatever you call these things, I've seen modernized female whores in those sites, meeting strange men, having sex with them. Yep, you don't know them. And I'm talking about women of God. You've got to make some shifts and some changes in how you think and how you process if you want to be married. Now, if you just want to be somebody's jump off and you just want to be somebody's cougar, or somebody's...
Yeah, that's what's happening. They're being someone's jump off and somebody's cougar. That's what it came down to. And then they have a nerve to say, oh, how dare you? Men that are 40 years old, men that are 30 years old, date a 20-year-old woman. All they have left is shame. Their backs are against the wall. Modern woman, your time has come. And to all my people out there that are young, this has been talked about from way back, right? If you watch that movie, The Manosphere, it's not about those guys. Those guys are inspired by the OGs. But this has been happening. I say it all the time. I had a consultation today. I showed a guy when the Manosphere is first jumping off, I was here. There's a reason for that.
Been hearing this discussion on social media about how it's so-called creepy for older men to deal with younger women, and I never understood that conversation because older men have been dealing with younger women for thousands of years. So I'm not understanding where this recent viewpoint has come from. But for me, I like my women 18 to 25. That's my personal preference. If you like women in their 40s, 50s, or 60s, I have no issue with that. You can have them. That's not a problem for me. But it's weird how people try to shame other people to believe what they want to believe. Those types of tactics don't work on guys like me. I couldn't give a that's about how you feel about the type of women that I like. As long as I'm following the law, ain't nothing you can do about it. But for you people who have a problem with older men dealing with younger women, what you need to do is jump off of social media and go talk to the politicians to get the laws changed to make it illegal for older men to deal with younger women. That's how you fix that. Otherwise, the conversation is just pointless. Total waste of time.
Pointless, total waste of time. Men are tired of hearing it. Men have came to that point. I don't want to hear it. Change the laws. These laws are in place for a reason. There's a reason why everyone over 18 can do whatever they want, right? And yeah, I know some of you say, yeah, men are waiting until they turn 18 so what? So what? Men know they're not corrupted yet. Now, I gotta say this video, right? This next video I'm about to show, it's not that new, but it is new, right? Because it happened within the year. Every video has been recently, so I want to say that every video's been done recently. But take a look, and it's amazing because who it is, right? I don't discriminate or hate against no one. Learn something. You're gonna learn right now.
Now, like, I attract a lot of older men, and I know why. Because I don't act like these girls out here nowadays.
Had it on the show to see. It's good ones.
For men money.
It's not just about.
It's
not all along.
They ain't got their own, and they just want to leech off of men. But when I say you paying the bills in the house, I'm not saying that I'm not gonna do nothing. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You buy a home, I make it. You buy a house, I make it a home. Like, I'm for real. That's the type of girl I am. We finna have family time. I'm gonna pop out some cakes. We finna cook on this grill. You heard my cousin. We finna cook on this grill. we finna live life together. We finna do what family's supposed to do.
See, and that's what older guys want to hear. Older guys want someone that's not corrupted yet, who's talking that talk. What do you bring to the table? I'm finna have some kids, cook on this grill. Guys want to hear that stuff. Oh yeah, what else? Tell me more. Tell me more. See, it's not all bad, but you have one out of what? 100 corrupted. Everything. You can find a smidget. But look what happens.
Trauma than older women, and that's why men want to date younger women. That is a complete lie. Yeah. That's a lie. I mean, like, they have less relationship experience, so they're gonna tolerate more because you're gonna now put them through that trauma that older lady has. Oh, and you gotta think, if a younger girl has been touched by her older uncle, daddy, man, grandpa,
trauma. What if
cousin, brother, guess what she has? Trauma. She has the same trauma, if not more.
Yeah, so every girl out there who's young has been touched by their brother, uncle, cousin, you said. Whatever you said. Come on now. It's not like that.
Then the older woman. Then he said they're more beautiful. Body-wise. I don't think you've seen the young women nowadays. They look just as old as the old. Like, them 40-year-olds is looking very much mid-late 20s. They are very much mid-late 20s now. Yeah, they not looking as old as grandma them did when they was 50 and they was 40. Them 40-year-olds ain't looking like that. You can probably put a 40-year-old and a 25-year-old beside each other, and if that 40-year-old took care of herself, you will probably know that she was 40 because she's gonna, like you said, have a stronger conversation than the woman that's in her, like, early 20s or, whatever.
Now, you see when she said stronger conversation, she has to understand what men do when those stronger conversations are had. Because when you're dating a man, he's going to see what it is. He's going to see when you start talking about, oh yeah, I was in Turks and Caicos last week, and a man, he judges. Men listen, observe. Stronger conversations, men go, okay, I know what this is heading for. So by date 3, a man's like, you're not coming home with me. This is not what it's about to be, because you're a modern woman. Men can see it. They notice it. Just in the conversation. When it's stronger and men doesn't want to date any longer. Come on now. I'm a rapper now, y'all. I'm a rapper and a singer. Right? When it's stronger, a man don't want to date any longer. That's how all men are rocking. And it's just like that.
gals that are near 50 and starting over. I mean, if we're not careful, we're going to end up living alone in a peaceful house with beautiful decorations, enjoying our plants and our pets, and living a
Frontin', come
full
on now.
life with our
Stop
family and
it.
friends. I mean, what are we going to do?
Stop it. Be honest. Be honest. The lies on you got on a face full of makeup, just lying. Oh, yeah, what are we gonna do? We're gonna be so lonely with the friends and the dogs. But then when the dogs go away and I'm lonely, I won't get on the internet then and talk about it. That's why I respect this lady.
We won't admit this, but here's the real truth. Yeah, we can go out, we have fun, we travel, we go out with the girls, we go to yoga, some of you are playing pickleball, tennis, we have great lives, we pay our own bills, we afford our own homes. But at the end of the day, when you come home late at night to an empty house, or maybe even your dog, it's lonely. And I know because it hit me hard. I went to Mexico, a women's retreat. I came home filled with love, connection, gratitude, embodiment, empowerment. When I walked in that door and it was dark, and yeah, my dog was there and I love him so much, but it was lonely. And then I slipped and fell in the bathroom and I was all alone and I was scared. So the truth is, having a partner.
See? Honesty. You may have a smidget of a chance. But a man gets up with you and that conversation is too strong and too long. A man is like, I don't want it. When you start showing that you need so much, that's what it is. The need, right? There's a lot of men that are divorced. Well, actually, older men are not going for it that much anymore. They're not. Because of the a lot of you ladies are divorced. And it goes right back to Eddie Murphy and Raw. On your second divorce, it only gets worse. Men know the numbers. Men understand the statistics. Men know these things. Understand it, ladies. Your time has come. Seriously. You know? And at least you can be honest. That's why I respect this lady. It's going to be hard. I'm not going to tell her it's going to be easy. It's going to be hard, but I respect your honesty. Seriously. Thank you very much.
I'm starting to wonder. Question for the men, because I'm starting to wonder, are there any men left in this entire universe that like women in their 50s with a natural body?
Well, darling, I'm more than happy to answer your question, but as I always do, I'm going to preference this by saying my response is not going to be sugarcoating things. I'm going to be honest with you, brutally honest with you. Or as I like to put it, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Okay?
Exactly.
So if you actually want to hear the truth, hear how men think, and hear their answer, and maybe, just maybe, be able to find someone, then keep listening. Or if you're like most women who don't want to or can't handle the truth, then scroll on by. Just keep doing what you're doing and wondering why you're alone and will be for the rest of your lives.
Damn.
Okay, so for those of you still here, let's get into it. First off, of course there are men who like women in their 50s.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, most of them actually prefer women with natural bodies. Men, for the most part, are turned off by that Botoxed, siliconed, overly made up look that women think makes them attractive. Yes, there are exceptions, but just because a few do like that doesn't mean they all do. I mean, let's face it, as you get older, it becomes pretty obvious when you've had, let's call them certain enhancements, and then they're sticking out like a sore thumb, if you catch my drift. And while you think that's what men want, because that's what your girlies, not to mention the plastic surgeon, told you they want, in reality, it just turns men off. But that's not even the real problem. You see, the real problem, the answer to your question that you don't want to hear, is that it's more about your attitude than appearance that turns men off. You see, the men who like women in their 50s, the ones who would want to date or be in relationships with women in their 50s, aren't the ones you're looking to date, let alone be in a relationship with. And you make it blatantly obvious that that is the case. Hell, many of you come right out and say it, that you won't even consider a man who doesn't meet your, as y'all like to put it, higher standards. You know, the 6 feet tall with six-pack abs and six-figure income that you've all decided somehow a man must be possessed to be worthy. All, of course, while refusing to acknowledge that most of you don't even come close to meeting those criteria yourself. It speaks to the mindset that men see all the time in women, but especially in older women. This expectation that they get to have those so-called higher standards, while those men aren't allowed to have any standards at all. And
Yeah, see, this is what's happening. And also what's happening is you ladies are coming from abuse. What do I mean? Not being abuse. Most of it is abuse towards the man, right? Because say for instance, the man, he ignored how you felt. Usually it was talked about sometimes and when you went to a therapist and then the therapist addressed it, you guys had a powwow, he maybe worked on it. But what happens when a therapist starts to make you work on your issues? What happens 9 times out of the 10? Gaslighting their therapist. That's why therapists have stopped wanting to be therapists, marriage therapists. So he didn't talk about that, but I'm getting into that. So a lot of you ladies are divorced because you come from the old school where you got married, right? That's what the lady was talking about. The black lady in the second video said, I can't, these women are divorced and they want men like before. Like, what? I can't deal with it. So you think men can deal with it? If she can't deal with it, how can men deal with it? Your time has come. Get a dog, die alone.
That this woman who's a great candidate and kind of brings a lot to the table is unable to find somebody that she wants that's at her caliber. And this is because many of the men are wanting someone younger who are at her level. And I just think this is unfortunate. I mean, I definitely think this is true, but a lot of the comments kind of said, she had 15 years to find somebody that was at her level. And, in your 40s, you've really figured out like what you want in life. You're probably a way better partner than you were 10 to 15 years ago. And you probably have your, everything together. And so it's just kind of sad that men will overlook that, even if you're attractive, to just go for age and go for someone that's younger. Again, I see how women will not date someone that's shorter than them, or women, have their own preferences as well. But as a man, you're at least able to, in your 40s or 50s, kind of pick whoever you want to date when you have everything together and you're a great catch. And I feel like as a woman, as you get older, in your 40s especially, you can have everything: good looks, great career, great family, great personality, and you'll still be settling in some way if you choose to have a partner. So, I think that's unfortunate. I do think that's just the way society works, unfortunately. But the messaging to women to, stay single until you find somebody, and maybe that means staying single your whole life, I think it really resonates here. Because, if you're going to have to settle for things that you feel like you're really compromising on, it's probably not going to be the best fit. And you're probably just better off kind of being single and enjoying your single life.
Yeah. She said it. she said it. Doom. A lot of ladies have accepted their doomsday. And they try to paint it up. Oh, I'm just going to be, alone with my family and my kids and my friends playing pickleball. Like, men aren't doing that. Men are 40s and their 50s in love. I see it all the time. Men in Thailand, men are in the Philippines, men are in Vietnam, men are going to Africa, men are going to Colombia, men are going to Mexico, men are going everywhere. You can't do the same. There are some ladies that do it, and I champion those ladies. I see ladies that go over yonder and accept a man that makes less money. What does that show? I need love. Ding, 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 ding. I need love. And that's what men are saying. Men have been singing that to the mountaintop, saying, I need love. So what do they find that with? If they stay, someone younger, maybe not corrupted. They feel them out, see if they fit the bill, and then go that way. Or men go over yonder. I'm not completely against a man staying home. But you stay home, she gets corrupted by one of these girls, and just like Eddie said, half. That's what it is, man.
55-year-old who lives in a 2-bedroom that she pays for all by herself. It's Sunday morning and I just woke up a little while ago. I was going through a lot of my comments. If you're a man, you probably can't understand what I mean when I say I'm doing all this on my own. But there are tons of us who know exactly what I mean. I think I was 25 when I met my ex. I married at 27. We were renting in New York City. We rented for about 5 years in Manhattan.
This
He
is why I
very much
left.
wanted to buy. He didn't want to keep renting.
The home.
Back in the late 90s.
Listen to her.
Right. And so we decided we were going to get a house either in Jersey or Westchester County. I thought, oh, we're probably going to spend like, I don't know, $400,000. And then we went out there and we looked at a million different towns and learned that no, it costs a lot more. I did find a house in 2001 and I think I was 31 at the time. This is stuff we didn't know. We didn't know what things cost. You're figuring it out together with your partner.
I'm so hurt. I divorced my husband and got everything, especially in New York. He made so much money. I got it all. But he's not here anymore.
With your husband. So when I talk about that I'm doing this on my own, that's what I mean. And you've spent 25 plus years making all of your life decisions with someone else. If you have gone from being with somebody for a very long time or being with someone doing those like mid, late 20s, early 30s when you're just kind of like figuring shit out and now it's just you know what I mean. So I don't think I don't know if that explains it for anyone else, but I think
it doesn't.
It's interesting because of the comments that I get are like, guys are like, oh, poor woman, you poor woman, and where's the woman? It's like, I'm not looking for sympathy, babe. It's just my life as someone in her 50s who was with somebody for 26.
No. What happened is you left him and now you're lonely. Tell the truth. You probably saw that man get married. That man probably went to the Philippines or took a plane to Spain. And he had some girl I'm a rapper now, I'm telling you. He either went to the Philippines, took a plane to Spain, got a woman that's simple and plain. What? You hear me, man? This is the way. For real, y'all. And just like what's her name said, the lady said, we can't help you because no man wants you. That's why you feel that way. Be honest. Tell these ladies the truth. When you take the route I took, it's a long, hard road. And I'm going to die alone. I'm living alone, dying alone. But what did they say? I have my kids. I have my friends. I'm playing pickleball. So he's coming.